Welcome back to Cs50's Introduction to Programming with Python. And in this video, we are going to show how I solve the problem set 2. Okay, let's start with the camel case. Okay, in the camel case, the user inputs something like preferred first name, and we have to output something called snake case. Okay, so we just know that the user inputs preferred and first name. So that is uppercase. So the most have to change to snake case is that the first case will be given by the underscore like this. First name and N is uppercase, so we have to change it to lowercase and as a underscore. Okay, so this is the kind of case should do. Okay. So we started with camel phase. And first go to the camera, go to with two. Okay, and go to camel case, camels. Okay, so in the camel case stuff, and we should input camel case and script. Maybe something like user will mistakenly to input some white space, so we have to delete that. Okay, so we got a template. So we use a for loop, and in each for loop, we pour I in camel case, which means camel case is a string and I is a characters. Okay, so we can do depending one characters uh, every times. Okay, so if I would just put is upper, if I is upper, like first name, and we know that we know that the N is upper, and and the I dot is upper function will give us a true, so we will go to the next step. The next line says the camel case equal assigned to camel case and class underscore. Okay, so we can just let that first name and we got the underscore or underscore sorry FIRST and class underscore and the name and name. Okay, so so we will do the snake case and beware that the snake the snake case will definitely always lower case. So we just use the lower functions to put this string to every characters to lowers and print it out. The snake case is cat case. Okay, is a format. So let's do try something like okay, first. Okay, sorry for first third name. It turns out the name underscore and all the characters will be lower. So this is kind of that time. Okay. The next is okay, the next is Coke machine. In Coke machine, we will input something like it give 50 cents and we want to pay the 50 cents by these 25 cents and 10 cents, 5 cents. So if we give user give 30 cents, it will be a low to do that. Okay. So and once the 50 cents is minus is turned to zero and it will be it will be will be done. The coding, the terminal will be will be down. Okay, so let's go to the code machine. Okay, Alright, so first we have to get a question. So why I say well true? Okay, because if we put if we put 30 cents, it will don't allow. So we have to run it again and again and again to be correct cent, like uh, like 25, 10, or 5. Okay. So the next step was to check if money equals 25 or money equals 10 or money equals 5. Okay. So and then each break and return the money. Okay. Return your money and you got the money. Okay. So our cost is greater than 0 and keep minus keep cost in minus keep. And once the cost is less than 0, and we will be print change rate at minus cost. Okay. And this line is very important. Why we don't have to write it use like this? Man, we can just call these questions, but uh, actually this one is how to use something like if we are going to others other apply, maybe camel apply, and we import the code apply, and to just want to use these get functions, and we don't have to go to use terminal to run the code apply. If we use it like this, it will run the code apply, and I just want to handle the apply to them. So this one is help. Okay. So we just run Python or code apply. Okay. And maybe wait a minute. Okay. Now do is 50 and we have to 30, and 30 is not open, so you have to just the 50 will still same. Okay. 25 and 50 cost minus it. Okay, 25. Okay, maybe 10 and 10 and 5. And we change or didn't give to give. Okay, it's 0. Okay. And this is a code data. Okay. The third problem is setting up my trigger. Okay. In this program, we have to remove the vowels, all vowels, A, I, O, U, to omit it and print out the user input. Okay, like these tutors and I and E, these vowels. So we have to delete and becomes TTTR. Okay. So let's start with our program. With the notations and okay, no. So it's clear. Go through filters. Okay. So we have to input and flip the white space and print the output. And this line is helpful because print usually will print the print okay, will print to the next line. So we have to omit it. So we have to use the end to become no, nothing. Actually, nothing. Okay. And then we go for I in text, and text become lowers. And if text is A, E, I, O, so it's the vowels, and we have the omit line. Okay, omit line. We just not to and this is a true, if true and not, so it's false. So we don't have to print that and print the next line, and we go to exit. Let me give some examples. Okay, TTR, and it is try out the T.TTR. Okay, so the coding's done. So the fourth is vanity plate. So we just have to, like a car, we have to have a plate. So there are many conditions to go to validate plates. So that's it. Vanity plates must start with at least two letters, okay? And vanity plates may contain a maximum of 6 characters, letters, or numbers, and a minimum of 2 characters, okay? Numbers cannot be used in the middle of the plate. They must come at the end. For example, AAA222 will be a set. So they must come at the end. So the numbers, because numbers not come at the end, so this is unacceptable. Okay. And the first number cannot be used there. Okay. No period space punctuations marks are allowed. Okay. Okay. So there are people code and have to implement the aesthetic. Okay. So let's start it. Try. Okay. So main functions. If name underscore name underscore equals to main and start the main function. Okay. So we started this value. So the first one is okay. The first one is all vanity plates must start with 2 letters. So start with 2 letters. So if not, the length is just a function that codes can be print the string size. If string A, B, C, the then string is free. Yeah, 3 letters. Okay. So this one is to the 6 characters and 2 characters. If not 2, if the length of S is not greater than 2 or smaller than 6 and return false. Okay. Okay. You will start 2 letters. 2 letters. Okay. So the first 2, this one is first 2. It's actually letters. So if it's not a letters, and return false. And then we want to see if the numbers is at the end and cannot be first number cannot be legal. Okay. So if I as if I numerate, okay. So we started in index of numerate and start and it's numerate. And I is not zeros. So the first one is not the real and return false. Else will be there. And all of this is true. All of this is not is correct and will return true. Okay. So let me see something like Cs50 letter, or maybe something like okay, 1, 2, 3, A, B, 0, 1, 2, and because 0 is the first number, so it seems that this is not valid, invalid. Okay, it's true. Okay, so the grant is good. It's done. So the final thing is the final project is nutrition facts. So in nutrition facts, they will first implement something like apples. There are many apples of bananas or something, and it will print out the nutrients of apples or other things like that. And it will go some, okay, a valuable step. And okay, we try to use this. So you got apple and calories, and banana calories, avocado, calories, and grapefruit, many. All of these things can be user input and will print out the calories of apple or something user input. So the vegetables to it. Okay. Let's start with the nutrition step time. So in this, we'll introduce something like list and dictionary. Okay. So that is dictionary. Dictionary is a ADT. Uh, the ADT is actually okay. The ADT. So abstract data type. And so reasons, reasons have many data types, something called list and arrays and dictionaries. In general, we can put something like cheese and you will give something that values. Okay, so we use a dictionary to use calories, code calories dictionary, and we put apples value is uh, uh, 130 and avocados is 50. Amazing like that. In the in the in the test here, okay, calories and vegetables, fruits. Okay. So user input items and turn it to big always because which our keys is always lowest cases. Okay. So if fruit in calories, in calories, okay. If the fruit is pineapple and pineapple is in the calories, okay. So it printed out calories, foods, calories, foods, calories. Okay. So we start with Python nutrition. Okay, sorry. So let's see the nutrition. Python nutrition. Maybe something that then and then it turns out to be 15. Like that means 16. So it's correct. If you add something not in the fruit. Okay. Maybe something like that. Oh, so you add pineapple is here. Okay. Maybe something like just see something like this. Okay. Nothing. Tomato. Okay, tomato. Okay. Use a tomato and it's turned out to be not print because the tomato is not in the calories. Okay. So this is the problem section. And thank you for watching.